Okay, today I'm changing the oil for my car. It's a 2000 Mazda hatchback. I got everything. I put the vehicle in the garage. I put the vehicle on these, I don't know what it's called. It's called the Rhino something. So basically it's the ramp where you can just drive up. Because my car, there's a cover down the bottom. So I cannot just use the jack and just pump it up. These things are made of plastic, so I don't feel safe. Just in case, I have two jack stands on the other side as well, and I also have these in the back, block the tire, and the vehicle is in park, and also I apply parking brakes. When you change the oil, if you want to do it yourself, those are the things I need to do. So make sure the tires and everything's secure, and the brakes are on. You don't want to crush yourself in the back there. So I got all the tools I need here. A wrench. So mine is used, instead of a socket, I use one of these. It's 2017 Mazda. I use what I call a hex bit socket set. You can get it about $10 at Walmart. So I use a Castro Edge. It's a synthetic 0W20, pretty much the same stuff they recommend in the manual. And I use Frame Ultra Synthetic. I usually change out every 5 or 7,500 miles. I know it says it can last up to 10,000, but hey, I don't want to go up to the 10,000. If I can change it now, I can change it now. I've got some time. So the hard part is kind of like crawling down here. I mean, if you have to live, it'd be easier, but it's gonna be a little bit crawling, some dirty work. Yeah. Down here, I have the pan down here, and this is right here. Probably cannot see it, but the drain plug is right here, and the filter is right here. Actually, I might not miss this. So the point with the drain plug is do not tie it too tight, because you're going to have problems. So I didn't tie it too tight. We're going to be draining out. I didn't change the oil for 7,600 miles something. It looks pretty dirty. But this is just a small car. It's only used probably 4.5 something. So here's my car. Everything's under his cover. Normally there would be a point right here we could lip it up with a jack, but everything's covered, so I can't really lip it off. So I had to use the Rhino rams there. Rhino ram probably about, I think, $30, $40. Oh shit. So it's not bad. Usually when you change the oil, ideally just leave it for it to drain as much as possible. Okay, so after you're done draining it, the next one will be a filter. I made a mess here. Clean up. The filter, there's a tools for the filter. Yeah, so I use this before I use the other clamp. When you clamp on the side, you kind of like twist, but that thing's rip apart very easily. I found this one is easier, has more grip. This one probably, I don't know, $10. Walmart. It's a lot better. I got oil. My gloves, that's why it's slippery. Can't see that one. Let me pluck this up a little bit. Should not put this filter on too hard. Whew, it's coming out. Oh, God. Well, when you put on this filter, don't try to put it on too hard. And when you put it back on, make sure you put a thin layer of oil on it. Alright, I'm going to leave it here to drain for about 30-40 minutes, and I will drain and I'll refill it later. The process of refilling the oil is the same. This is the oil stick. You could check if you want. So I will go in here. Say what type of oil you need right here. My 0W20. It had to be full synthetic. The reason I remove the cap when I do the oil drain is help it drain quicker. Okay, once I'm done, I'm going to put the oil in, lower it, and then I'm going to dump the used oil at the AutoZone. So either AutoZone or O'Reilly, or you also the hazardous waste facility at your local city might also, they also accept used oil. So for used oil, I just use one of those old detergent container. This is pretty much I use, and I put used oil in there, and I have them, and I just dump it up at the auto parts store. I mean, other than that, well, since you changing out the oil, personally, I would also check the air filter, which is right here in the compartment. Make sure it's clean. Maybe tap it a little bit, clean it out. Ideally, you change the oil filter every 5 or 6,000 miles, but I use synthetics. It can go up to 10,000, but I usually do it around 7,500 miles. Air filter is good until 1 year. Air filter about 1 year or 12,000 miles. The same for the cabin filter. The cabin filter usually it's inside the glove box. Remove the glove box and you see this compartment. Okay, let me try to. Okay. So this is the air filter for my car. Doesn't look as bad. Help clean out the dust a little bit. So the cabin air filter, let's see. So cabin air filter is right here. So that little slot. Not sure you can see, but it's right here. All you need to do is just lift it up, pull it out, check it, and put it back in. I changed it a few months ago, so I don't need to change it again, but just doing it so you see where it is. Cabin air filter. And the air filter itself is very easy to change. Probably take you about 2-3 minutes if you know where it is. And the oil, when changing oil, just use the funnel. It's easy to pour oil in. And that's about it. It means changing oil is very basic. If you have the tools and everything, and you know where to go, I would recommend using the owner manual so you can get the right type of oil. There's a long debate about like which oils to use, or I don't know, whichever. My manufacturers recommend Castrol, unless I have like Mazda oils. I don't use Mazda oil, just use this. This is a 5-quart. My car used like 4.5 or something, so this one is enough. This is about $26. The frame filter about 8 or 9. So maybe about $40. Do it myself with full synthetic. And I do it every 7,500 miles. So I do it 1.5 times. Now you could take it to a shop, but I don't know what oil they use in there. So, well, anyway, that's it. Just very basics, how to change your own oil for your car. Change the oil filter as well. Clean out the air filter if needed, or just maybe clean it out or just replace it. The same process. Usually it's this box. You could see it usually square or rectangle and have 2 or 3 clips around it. This is the air filter. The inside what calls a cabin filter. Air filter, this costs you about $15, $20 depending on the brand, and the cabin filter will cost you about maybe $10, $15. Easy to replace. You could replace both filter within like 5 minutes. Do an oil change, maybe another 20, 30. Just depending how long you want to leave the oil for it to drain. I like to have it leave it for it drain until it's like finished. It like stop draining. That's where you can get all the used oil out and put the new oil in. Okay? Alright, that's it. Thank you.